I'd like to say a word to JPS. And the word I say to JPS is that the people of Jamaica are not your slaves. The people of Jamaica are not in.
So, somebody have to talk about this, yeah? JPS are going too bad. Alright, my people. Welcome back to our channel, The Edge of Duty, with yours truly, Cleon. Alright, in this video we're going to talk a little bit about, are we going to talk mainly about the JPS, alright? Jamaica Public Service. That's, for those who don't know, right? It is the company that provides electricity. So that is very, very important, right? It is an essential out there in Jamaica, right? I'm doing this because I was browsing through Instagram and I saw this video that I'm going to play for you guys. And the clergyman, right? The church is coming out to say, hey, JPS, we are looking at you. The way you are doing things is not right. Okay? But before we get into things, before we get into this, let's hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel and you're unsure about it, just watch the video and feel free to peruse through the channel. Go and watch other videos and see if it is something that you like. Come back and like our videos. Alright? And share it. Please share it. Leave a comment so that we know that you have been here and we know your thoughts. That way we can communicate. Because we're doing this for a change. We are trying to make things better by imparting our experience and learning from each other. Alright?
I would like to say a word to JPS. And the word I say to JPS is that the people of Jamaica are not your slaves. The people of Jamaica are not in bondage. I did not use the pulpit, but I've said it right here. Because I have passed by that road and other places and I see poor people have to stand in line to question their electricity bill.
I had to stop it right there. Every single year, people, JPS have been doing this. And people notice it and they just call it a day. Many people pay these bills, right? But JPS is ripping people off, okay? So you will realize whether or not you put up pepper lights, you did anything different, you will get a higher bill in December, all right? I'm just saying, I am sure most Jamaicans have that experience with these people. Continue.
And I don't hear any talk of it, neither in Parliament, God knows, King's House or Jamaica House.
This is where the questions come in. This is where the questions come in. Where is the government? Where is your government? The people who you elect to protect you. I'm just saying, crime a beat no bad, and these things that's supposed to give you the best amenities to life, or the privilege and stuff, because you need electricity. Where is the government in helping out you guys? I'm just saying.
But our Jamaica people are under stress, and JPS need to examine the way that they quantify the fuel costs. Poor people are being afflicted, and JPS need to examine itself. You can't get 2 bills in 1 month. How can that be? And by the end of the month, you get another bill as you're stepping into the new month. I don't know if that is new math or traditional math, or what's the other math? Whatever math it is, but it is not adding up. I say no more.
Electricity is necessary, and the JPS is necessary. All right. However, there are alternative ways to get energy without using fuel. All right. Even you could scale it down to the home, right? We can do things within the home to to manufacture our own electricity. All right. But you still need a national grid. You still need stuff like that to operate in Jamaica. All right. One of such that the government was looking into early 2000 was solar, right? And solar, then after they came out to say, hey, we are going to lift the duty cost, which is the custom fee and shipping and whatnot. They're going to lift it from anything solar, so that the local people could buy it. Then they triple the price. You see that? They could have solar panels and whatever, the batteries, the inverters come in free, right? But then they triple the price so that poor people cannot afford it. So you can't buy the panel and put them together by yourself, because it's so easy. You can watch YouTube and do it. All right. We still can use wind turbines, but we still would have to buy the parts to make those wind turbines, right? We can use water, hydro, right? You could set it up. I'm not going to give you that secret right now, but you could set it up where you use your hydro using the same turbines, you see, and get electricity. Now, some of these you have to use inverters to convert the electricity. Some people are daft to this, but trust me, if you go YouTube, if you read, it will make sense, right? So there are alternatives to JPS, right? Another thing, did you know that JPS is one of the cause for our factories to be closed down and they move it to other countries? Because using electricity to manufacture stuff, the price is too high. The bills that the companies get is too high, so they move their companies from Jamaica and put it somewhere else, like St. Mary banana chips. A meager amount of chips are made in Jamaica. Most of them are made elsewhere, right? So how did we get here as a people? How did we get to this point wherein we are arm-barred by the Jamaica Public Service, the JPS? How did we get here? All right, track back a little bit in history. We used to own majority share in a Jamaica Public Service, right? And leading up until to a point, I think it was in the 90s, they keep selling our shares in JPS. So whosoever own JPS owns majority of shares. So they are in charge. Now, I wouldn't think that any thinking people, to include the government, or which was the government, would have made a decision to keep the majority of shares for themselves or for the country, right? Reserve that for the country so that they can make the decision, right? But instead they sold the shares to a Chinese company, right, that they were in business with. But now, presently, this business, JPS, is owned by Japan, a company in Japan, all right? And they have to get their money's worth, and they don't care about what is going on with the people within the country, right? So had it been that the government kept the majority then they would have been in charge, and then they could subsidize, or they could do whatever they do to keep the costs down. People would, I know people are going to come out and say, hey, they couldn't have because we don't own oil. But if you notice over the years, whenever oil prices go up, right, everything else goes up with it, right? Everything else goes up with it. However, when the price comes down, the merchandise stays where it is, right? Why is that so? Why, when when the oil goes up and the merchandise goes up, when the oil come down, the merchandise stay up and not come down too? Why? Because we don't have control over it, right? We don't have control over it. Now, I am going to show you how many things ties in, right? So a lot of people are enjoying the free benefits of throwing up wires on the pole, on the lines, and I get free electricity. Now someone have to pay for it. But I want to show you why the bills are so high, right? And why, yes, why the bills are so high. The bills are high because if you think about it, there's a higher concentration of people in the cities, right? There's a higher concentration of people in the city, and every year there are more structures building in the inner cities, right? Which means the kids are growing up and adding on to whatever was there, and these kids are still throwing up wires on the line, right? Now, this thing cannot be fixed by, you know, by regulation and stuff like that, because based on their location and the fact that most of these places are run by dons and gangs and so forth, it is hard to actually regulate what goes on. But guess what? Somebody have to pay for this electricity, because Japan is not going to just allow it, right? Hence the bills that the normal people get are so high, because they are robbing the regular people who are paying. All right, now the big question is, where is the government? What are they doing? Is it not time? No, is it not high time for the government to seek other alternative? Why is JPS monopolizing this particular business? If there was competition, which is the second thing, a second reason why it is the bills we get is so high, right? Because there is no competition. Competition make better for customers. You see? Competition make better for customer. Because if there was competition, then the companies would have to drop their prices and so on and so forth, right? The government is being elected to represent the people, and they are not representing the people, right? These are some things that should be done, right? They should be easily taken care of. See? Well, what are we paying these people for? What are taxpayers paying the government for? Prime Minister Andrew Holness needs to step up and address the people on these matters, because for years they have been stealing from the paying customers, right? And that's how it is. Now, so there we go, people. I hope that this video enlightened your minds and views as it relates to what's going on with the Jamaica Public Service. Yes, we do need energy, but where in the world do you find a company coming into a country and take over and do whatever they wish without the government stepping in? After all, you guys voted for these people. You guys voted for them to lead. Without your vote, these people would be regular people doing a 9-to-5. You have the power. You have to do this. Voice, and voice, so that the government can see you guys and take action. I am Cleon St. Oliver. You are here with me on the Edge of Duty, where we use real life scenarios to try to inspire our motives so that we can wake up and open our eye, our consciousness, so that we can be motivated to be the best version of ourselves. Thanks for watching. I'm out.